The third idea you want to share is on gaining clarity on your real ideal. And this
Mhm.
one's not so clear. So if you could elaborate a little bit on what you mean on that one, give us clarity on how to get clarity. That'd be
Yeah,
great. And
I
then why
think
you think this is so important.
yes, yes. So, clarity on something I call what's real and what's your ideal. What do you, if I was to hand you a magic wand right now and say, form the best team possible, and you could clarify what those qualities were in your team, and there was no limitation at all, but you started to recognize that it was someone who, let's say, was a great team player, someone who was a problem solver, someone who had a positive attitude when there were challenges, someone who was an effective communicator. As you start to define what your ideal is, you begin to attract more of that. And you
Mm,
begin to have better conversations with people because you're so clear on what it is that you need. Your interviews are better, your onboarding is stronger, your meetings are more efficient and effective because you know what your North Star is, so to speak. So real ideal is I in my book, I have lots of acronyms and lots of ways for people to remember things. Real ideal is my way of helping people remember how to gain clarity. And there's some exercise in the book on how to do that.
great. And can you maybe give us kind of summary of that? Of like, so let's just use the example of an ideal employee, like what's the process that you recommend there?
hmm So I first look at a list of words to help the client along on what might be these list of attributes. So we'll start with a list of 30 and we'll add from there.
Mm,
And then we'll narrow it down to five. And then we'll define each one. And it's through the definitions we begin to recognize the culture of that team, particularly the microculture, because each team has, or each company has their big culture, right? The big vision that uh, is the plaque on the wall, right? Or the mission and the vision and the values on the website.
right.
But then if you take your unique team, you take an accounting team versus a sales team versus an engineering team, they're all going to have their own unique differences of what makes them a strong team. And it's in that we need to define it. So if I'm a sales team and one of the unique values is charisma or being able to handle rejection well, right? That's going to change the way I would communicate with somebody versus if I'm a manager on an accounting team. And maybe what's important there is thoroughness and attention to detail and um, communication from start to end with process, right? It's very different what you need depending on who you're leading. And so when you know that as a leader, now you can say, okay, listen, it's really important that you bounce back from rejection. That's going to make sure that this role that you're in thrives.
Mm,
And what I'm seeing right now is you've gotten a series of no's, and that's really weighing you down. And I think it's messing with your confidence.
mm.
Let's talk about how you can get back to like bouncing back faster. What are the things you can do? And see, now I'm coaching, I'm more specific to that particular person's needs and what will make them and help them be successful in that role. And that's the beginning of creating a really great agriculture.
The beginning is really
Mhm.
having clarity on how you're going to help each person succeed, right?
Right, right.
Hence being the chief inspiration officer,
That's
inspiring the
right.
best in people.
That's right.
I love it.